What is the regulatory pathway for developing a medicinal product? The pathway leading from discovery to the marketing of a new drug is the same for all medicines. How to plan for drug development? The first important lesson after the discovery of possible druggable target is to perform a reverse planning operation. From the desired characteristic of the final product, you can define the manufacturing required for successful market placement. Such characteristic may be linked to the efficacy of the product or to its stability, dosage, formulation, cost per unit. How defining a target product profile or TPP and the drug development plan works. It requires a lot of planning ahead to avoid falling in the holes, and the road will not be straightforward. During preclinical and clinical testing, it's almost certain that unknown obstacles will appear. Activities that needs to be performed even before the discovery phase includes a preliminary gap analysis of the current available therapies and of the existing pipelines. Define the product profile which may justify the expenses for development. Elements that need to be defined are the medical need, the intellectual property status, the freedom to operate, and the final cost and reimbursement required. Next step will be the product formulation and the manufacturing and upscaling. The International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirements for Pharmaceuticals for Human Use, ICH for short, brings together the regulatory authorities and pharmaceutical industry to discuss scientific and technical aspects of pharmaceuticals and develop the ICH guidelines. ICH guidelines are harmonized across regions of the ICH and describe what standards a medicinal product has to meet in terms of quality, safety, and efficacy. The guidelines ensure that safe, effective, and high-quality medicine are developed and registered and maintained in the most resource-efficient manner whilst meeting high standards. Each phase of the development is regulated by a specific quality system. The quality is linked to good manufacturing practice, GMP, which regulates the design, monitoring, and control of the manufacturing process and facilities. GMP compliance, for example, ensures the identity, strength, quality, and purity of drug products. In the non-clinical, there are the good laboratory practice, GLP, which regulates the process and condition under which non-clinical research is conducted. GLP also governs how this research facility should be maintained in time. Finally, clinical research and good clinical practice regulates how clinical research is conducted and covers study design, methodology, data reporting, all related to clinical trials. For basic research, discovery, pharmacodynamic and pharmacokinetic properties of a compound, no official regulation by law are available. However, funding agencies, academic facilities, e.g. universities, centers, institutes or working groups, and other extramural bodies often have own sets of regulation under the label of good scientific practice.
An orphan designation is a status assigned by the European Medicines Agency to a medicine intended for use against a rare condition. The medicine must fulfill certain criteria for designation as an orphan medicine so that it can benefit from incentives such as protection from competition once on the market. To qualify for orphan drug designation, a medicine must be intended for the treatment, prevention or diagnosis of a disease that is life-threatening or chronically debilitating. The prevalence of the condition in the EU must not be more than 5 in 10,000, or it must be unlikely that marketing of the medicine would generate sufficient returns to justify the investment needed for its development, and that there is no satisfactory method of diagnosis, prevention or treatment of the condition concerned, or, if such a method exists, the medicine must be of significant benefit to those affected by the condition. Academic sponsors of designated orphan medicines are eligible to benefit from a series of incentives, including free protocol assistance, which is a type of scientific advice for sponsors developing medicines for rare diseases, access to the centralized procedure. The orphan medicines are assessed centrally in the EU via a single application to EMA, and the outcome will be an EU authorization valid in all member states. Orphan medicines further benefit from a 10-year period of market exclusivity after authorization, protecting them from market competition of other similar medicines with similar indications. The protection can be extended by 2 years for pediatric developments which comply with requirements of the pediatric legislation. A dedicated video on how to apply and benefit from an orphan drug designation is available on the Innovation Management Toolbox. In this video, we will explain how to prepare your application form and submit it via the EMA submission portal called IRIS. We will also explain what protocol assistance entails and what questions can be discussed. And finally, we will address how to manage post-designation activities and where to find useful information to build your drug development strategy. Besides the orphan drug designation, EMA provides regulatory and scientific support to help academics develop medicines. A dedicated video is available on the Innovation Management Toolbox, summarizing tools and opportunities to interact with EMA throughout the different development phases of a product. This includes the Innovation Task Force, qualification of novel methodologies and ATMPs, support to SMEs, as well as providing scientific advice for priority medicines.